Bermuda, the perfect amphitheater for the modern-day America's Cup. The L-shaped race course features a 2-minute start sequence followed by a critical blast reach to mark 1. 4 quick legs with and against the prevailing southwesterly breeze, followed by a quick burn to the finish only meters in front of America's Cup Village.
Jimmy Spithill. USA with port entry, and the conditions, something that we will discuss in the early part of this race. We were told early on that the wind speeds might get up to the 20s and into the mid-20s.
It looks like Team New Zealand, at this stage at least, is content to gap off and just try to do a running start, kind of a timed start. Now, of course, as soon as I said that, he's going for a little bit of a hook. I think this is a gap-off start. This is an acceleration start. Oracle Team USA has an overlap right now. Can New Zealand get around the front?
So the two best teams
could
in
be
this competition
boxing
today.
him out at the weather end of the line. There's going to be a button pushed, I'm guessing.
Will there be a protest?
There he goes. Penalty. We didn't see the red flag, but for sure, Oracle Team USA had luffing rights. Team New Zealand forced their way in at the weather end. We'll go back and look at that a little more in depth in a bit, but Team New Zealand burns off their 2-boat length penalty, and the race kind of starts over with advantage Oracle Team USA.
Okay, it says we can just load one inlet. It's pretty close.
So good speeds from both boats as they head to talk about this matchup, this race. Give us just a flavour of the excitement building as we head into this race and the preparation that you guys put in for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge matchup, and especially to be at this end of the...
Well, at this point, but a long, long way to go. Rudder trouble for them yesterday. It snapped in
He's probably going to split.
Pre-race practice.
4, 3.
They're looking to anticipate, aren't they? Anticipate what the Kiwis will be up to when they head through this gate.
And Tom Slingsby actually did a nice job of commentating there. He's probably going to split, and sure enough, there is a split on the race course. Very well pulled off by Emirates Team New Zealand, using that power plant that the cyclists, or I think they call them the cyclors, using it to efficiency to get around that mark in a perfect fashion. I think it's a completely different concept, something that we're going to learn more and more about, not this conventional grinding that we see on the right-hand side of Oracle Team USA, but with the cyclists, does that power give them more advantage around those maneuvers? That last mark was really hard to pull off at that gate. New Zealand, the breeze shifts right and left on the race course right now. There's a bit of a left-hand shift. Emirates Team New Zealand took that shift, and now we, in essence, have an even boat race.
A very tight cross between them today. But look at that. Just nothing in it between these two top-class outfits.
Each boat has one more tack to go before they get to the gate. I don't think either are going to lay the gate. There's a slight right-hand wave. You look in the top left-hand corner. 243 degrees is what the course was set up to. Actually, we have a fairly substantial 13-degree shift to the right now. What that means is they're sailing a shorter distance on Emirates Team New Zealand, right-away boat, and they get a pass.
Kiwis flying through, but the Americans right there on their tail.
Hit the speed on.
And it's game on yet again.
Okay, let's stand by.
This, the last.
Emirates Team New Zealand possibly doesn't make the gate.
Hold.
This is going to be very, very close yet again.
No way.
Have to take it now. Trim, we go round it,
Kiwis bear away, but the Americans making ground here and sneaking in on the inside. A protest from the Kiwis. Decision time for Richard Slater, the chief umpire here.
I'm not quite sure why the Kiwis would have protested in that situation. They were the burden boat. They were the giveaway boat.
So Jimmy Spithill and Oracle Team USA
Out exactly what happened in that situation.
Okay, real patch here. We've got to take good gut.
So just shy of the magic mark, both of these teams,
ride
the
this all the
Americans
way
and
out,
the
this guy.
Kiwis. The New Zealanders, of course, the ones who made it all the way around the course,
Boundaries
up on
coming
the
down
foils.
really
Have that extra point to take into the match. So what a bonus that would be for them. What a leg up. And it could well be the Kiwis facing them there, of course. Every likelihood. So in some senses, you could look upon this as part one of the match, should the Kiwis go through.
Exactly. And this is a really difficult maneuver as the Kiwis just tried to pull off there. That very tight mark rounding. They got slow. I'm not so sure that split may have been a perfect idea going into that mark. That was, no matter how good their hydraulic system is, yes, they got a split here, but that definitely cost them a couple more boat lengths on that really tough leeward gate rounding. Cross oil, I'm guessing, is some sort of hydraulic pressure, kind of a code for some function on board Oracle. Are there these types of codes on all the boats now? Kind of a new terminology, Guy?
Yeah, I think with all this new technology, people have kind of got to pave their own way in terms of the terminology and come up with things that and suit their team. Obviously, a fair few for us, being a pretty unconventional style of power supply. So, yeah, I mean...
Sufficiently, so they gathered another penalty off the back of the first one.
Correct. They had a boundary penalty at the bottom, but with quite a light right shift. They didn't lose the 2 boat lengths. And then when they tacked the other boundary, we had to add more in. With the shift, it made it very difficult to take that penalty.
Thanks, Richard.
3, 2, 1.
We even had it right.
Amazing.
Well, the tack, you have a penalty and then do a maneuver like tacking, you automatically get another.
Last Saturday, it was by a margin of only 6 seconds. This one looks like being a rather heavier defeat.
No matter who Oracle Team USA faces in the finals, by winning,
The qualifying stage belongs to the USA. They will take that bonus point into the match. That is a huge victory for Jimmy Spithill and his crew. They will have the leg up. A key element in the final analysis. They've done all they can do at this point. Think of a crushing blow for the Kiwis, who will have hoped for a little better, but a couple of penalties, 3 in total, not helping their cause. There's the breakdown leg by leg.
Exactly, and that, I think Peter Burling goes back to that starting line and says, you know, we either have to commit to a hook or commit to a gap. That little tweener move kind of